Greetings, Risen Madams. I'm Seraphic Zero, and we're playing the Monster Hunter World Iceborne demo? Beta? Same thing nowadays. Okay, so this is the second wave of the beta, and I hear you can hunt the Nargacuga, and indeed you can. So it turns out it's a rare spawn, and the way you can tell it spawns is the quest description for Great Jagras will change. Saying there's a mysterious monster or something. So, yeah, it took me a while to cycle the quest to do that, but as you complete quests, like, it'll recycle. And mine didn't show up until I beat all three quests in the beta. So right after I beat Tigrex, this happened to show up. So if you're having trouble getting it to spawn, maybe you can try that. Yeah, so I believe Narga starts around Area 8, which is in the northwest. I'm not seeing him over here. I wonder where he could be. So, So I think I saw some mucus tracks, meaning Anjanath is here. Wait. What? I think I see something in the distance over there. Yeah, there's Narga, and I think I actually saw Anjanath on the left. So, yeah, I think Narga replaced Rathlos. Okay, that was weird. I was definitely aiming for Nargacuga's face, but I got his wing blade instead, so that's a bit weird. Okay, and yeah, as you can tell from what the handler commented, this is actually my first encounter of the Nargacuga, so we'll see how this goes. I actually had a lot of fun fighting Nargacuga in the DS games. Narga was actually my go-to monster for testing my lance mix sets and stuff like that, because he just had a really good and fun moveset to test against, because everything was just so fast and precise. It was just really fun to deal with. But yeah, we'll see how he is in World. So yeah, unfortunately I'm fighting Narga in the shade. Oh Jesus, yeah. I was trying to use a Clutch Claw to tenderize his face, but I kind of flubbed the controls, and I lost my opening, so that's fun. Yeah, I think they need to make the transition from guard shot stance to like, regular slinger stance like a little more obvious, because yeah, I guess it seems pretty responsive, but yeah, it's just sometimes hard to tell, especially when you're in the heat of the moment. Okay, so I managed to tenderize his tail using Counterclaw. And, I don't quite remember, but I think, at least in the older games, Narga's best weak spot was his face, which is, you know, a really small target. And then sometimes his tail worked okay, but yeah, you know, he's often, you know, not looking away from you, especially when you're soloing. Okay, so Narga's enraged now. And, Jesus, he is just scuttling around really fast. Yeah, so that little tail flip thing right there was the new move. Well, quote-unquote new. I believe it's actually taken from a Dogoron, but yeah, here we go. God, Narga is super, super fast when he's enraged. And I am taking a shit ton of chip damage. I am using the Guard 2 charm, but honestly, I don't think Guard 2 is really enough for the beta. They really should have given us a Guard 3 or something. Ooh, okay, so he's got double tail spin. Normally a regular Nargacuga wouldn't do that move, because I think it's actually reserved for its subspecies, the green Narga. Okay, I think I'll get it right this time. Yeah. Alright, tenderize the face. Okay, already losing sharpness a lot. And yeah, I am taking a lot of chip damage. Yeah, so what a lot of Lancers like to do is actually use Evade Lancing against Narga instead of Guard Lancing. Because lots of his moves will have heavy knockback, but they're very fast and precise, meaning evasion will be very effective. And usually it is more efficient against him, but yeah, I didn't remix my build for Evade Lancing for this run. Maybe I'll do that later, so that could be interesting. Yeah, I just wish we were not hunting him in this little tiny space, because we don't have a lot of space to maneuver. And honestly, Narga's just running rings around me. He's so goddamn fast. Okay, so that tailspin is going to be really hard to counter because it looks like when he does it, it actually causes him to move really far back. So your counterattack probably won't land unless you're unless you're gonna use like leaping thrust or something like that. Okay, so he can double up on the tailspin. Like, wait, I think we saw that earlier. Yeah, I just wasn't expecting him to do that. Okay, double tail slam. I think that's also a green Narga move. But yeah, that's a really dangerous move, a lot of knockback. I think when he's enraged, he's always going to do double. So just be very careful not to counter the first hit, or else like you'll be in knockback state and you're going to get smashed by the second part. Okay, I'm actually starting to have a little bit of trouble managing stamina against this thing. He just attacks so frequently. Okay, and I raised a guard right there because, you know, he was doing that prowling thing. I was expecting him to roar, but he did not do that. Ugh, jeez. Yeah, there goes half my stamina again. Jesus, when am I supposed to be able to counterattack? Yeah, this tree is kind of messing him up pretty bad. Okay, alright, Narga's leaving now. Ooh. Yeah, I was trying to stop him with Sonic Bomb, or Screamer Pod now, and it didn't work, so... In the older games, you could... Well, it depends on the game, but you could kind of just throw a Screamer Pod whenever. And, like, if he's in his crouching stance, it'll actually knock him over. But if not, it'll actually stun him and he'll enrage. But I guess it doesn't work when he's escaping. Whoa, wow, that was really close timing. Okay, so unfortunately, we're on this stupid slope area. Which is, honestly, it's a really crappy area to fight a monster, especially if you don't like slope attacks. Slope attacks for lances are actually pretty disadvantageous, but yeah, I'm gonna try this pitfall trap. And, okay, yeah, I was actually expecting that. So, in the old games, Narga is immune to pitfall traps, unless he's enraged. And it looks like the same holds true in World, which, honestly, I was expecting them to change that, but they didn't, so... Yeah, good on them for having a bit of integrity for difficulty. Okay, yeah, and this is usually a pretty good opening to, you know, just reposition and get Narga in his face or something. Yeah, his tail swipe attack is a lot different. Like, it used to include, it actually has, in the older games, it had 2 hits to it. One is from when he takes a step with his front paw, and then the second is his actual tail swing. But it looks like they removed the second, or the first hit from that. Yeah, that's gonna make timing a little different for Lance. Okay, let's see if we can, like, set off this Paratoad. Whoa, that was really close timing. Yeah, it paralyzed him right before the hit, so my counter didn't go off. Okay, I'm losing sharpness again. Yeah, and I actually do have some qualms about the Tigrex and Nargacuga skeleton because it kind of has a posture that's a little disadvantageous for Lance. And that's because, like, he has this low posture, but his weak points aren't completely down against the ground. So, a lot of times... Wait, where'd he go? Where the heck? There he is. Down the hill. Yeah, so about his posture, like, so he's low to the ground, but not completely level with the ground. So if you're not aiming your hits quite right, it's gonna go underneath his armpits, and it's gonna, like, miss his head and miss his arms, so, like, you could end up missing a lot of attacks, like, and you can miss a lot of your upstab attacks, too. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna try to keep Narga still a little bit, so I, like, stunned him with a flash pod. Hopefully that will make things less horrific. Whoa. Yeah, his... Oh, come on. Yeah, the hitboxes are just interacting really strangely with the slope on this part of the map. And yeah, I'm not getting hit when I'm expecting to, so that's kind of annoying. Okay, yeah, getting some good counters off. Yeah, I'm not doing a lot of damage to this guy. It looks like my cat got the stun on him. Yeah, and they kind of added this new, tired state where it's obviously supposed to be an opening for you to use Clutch Claw. Oh, he turned around. Okay, so I'm worried about Narga getting away. I don't want this to take too long, so I'm gonna flash pot him. Okay, I think I should be able to cancel safely. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, that was actually pretty risky. You probably shouldn't do that. Okay, can we get Narga to turn around? Yeah, I need to figure out what's a good way to deal with that when you're counterlancing. Okay, looks like Narga's leaving. I was expecting him to fly away, but I guess they're just gonna have him crawl like every other monster in this game. Yeah, so I'm hitting him in the tail and... oh, Jesus. That was a lot of damage for such, like, a dumb thing. Okay, looks like I managed to stun him with a blast going off. Wait, what the heck? Where are you going, Narga? Oh, Jesus. That is a lot of damage. That might actually kill somebody. Okay, so... it looks like they retained the mechanics for his tail break and his tail cut. So I think you might be able to break the tail anytime, but you have to cut it in enraged mode, and it has to be broken first. Okay, that pod didn't work. Okay, I guess we'll have to chase him again. Oh. Okay, I guess Narga's dead. That was... that was pretty anticlimactic, but yeah, I guess that kind of stuff happens when it's your first encounter. Yeah, just like everybody else's first time. Alright, getting a little too deep here. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna carve the parts. Looks like I got a bunch of... got some tail parts, a scale, and I guess you just get 3 carves from him like normal. Okay, so yeah, Narga's looking all HD textured fur and all that stuff. It looks pretty much how I expected. You guys want to see some Nargacuga eyeballs? Man, you can really see his eyeballs when he's dead. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna return from quest here, because when you remember, Narga's spawn is actually random. But if you have the quest with him in it and you quit out of it, it's gonna retain the same quest, so you can pretty much fight Narga over and over. Just as long as you don't complete a quest or fail a quest, it won't reset. Yeah, so I'm just gonna show you guys what that looks like. Yeah, so I quit out of it and the quest is the same. But anyway, guys, that's it for my thoughts on Nargacuga. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time.